You may have heard me say this a couple times on the show to Ryan when I say get a life. I'm kidding. But we're trying to tell that to a bunch of zombies.
Nick Smith's new novel, Undead on Arrival, is a satirical thriller chronicling the lives of zombies living in today's world, which a lot of us walk around like zombies, right, Nick?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
All right, so this was how many years in the making for this book?
This was 6 years in the making.
Wow.
To put this in perspective, when I started writing it, my son was a newborn baby. And now he's almost in 3rd grade.
Oh, wow.
So to put it together and then get it published, it's a huge, long process. It's not for sissies.
Especially when you have a measuring tool as a human being to
exactly.
put it up against. It really makes the time seem like it's gone by.
And can you set it up for us?
Sure. It's about a guy who lives on after his death, which causes problems for him. He's got no health insurance. He's got no mortgage. He's got no ID, driver's license.
No gas prices to pay.
No gas prices to pay, but he still has to pay taxes. He's got his death duties. He still has bills. He's got his funeral expenses. So he finds other people like himself. They don't know how they're going to be treated, so they form a pressure group. And he wakes up one morning and his finger's fallen off.
Uh-oh.
He's lost his finger. He wakes up the next morning and his ear's dropped off. So he tries to hide his deformities.
He's having a bad week, yeah.
Out like a real person. But it's difficult to be hiding those things, especially when he starts to smell.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this sounds like a very interesting imagination you have. You've been in the United States for about 5 years now, right? So where did you get the ideas here with the zombie itself?
When I first started writing it, I tried to write about people who don't do anything, slackers who sit around on a couch and they have no lives. But it was really hard to write because if nothing's happening, if the characters aren't active, then, you know, where does the book go? So one of the characters passed away, and it led on to these zombies cropping up everywhere.
Now, you have written other books.
I have, yeah. That's my 3rd novel.
3rd novel. Can you believe it? And you write for local publications throughout town as well?
I do, yeah.
On the side. When do you have time to write this?
I write it in the carpool.
Really?
Yeah. When I'm waiting to pick up my son, so I can look in the book and I say, oh yeah, that chapter was written.
Do you still handwrite, or do you write on the computer?
It's much better to handwrite because you've got a direct connection from the brain to the hand.
Yeah.
And rush hour does take a long time, so you can get a lot done.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm the guy, the bad driver, who's thinking about his novel instead of concentrating on the road.
Right.
And so people can see you tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
That's right. I'll be in Walden Books, 1 to 3 p.m. It's my first time doing a book signing downtown.
Oh.
First time in Walden Books.
Moving
so
on up,
exciting.
they say.
Yeah. Oh, I've been invited to the classy places now. Yeah.
And it's from 1 to 3 tomorrow, and they can pick this up at Walden Books as well, correct?
That's right, yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, what's next for you now that you've gone through 6 years of this?
Anyone alive in your next book?
I must be crazy. I'm starting on the next one. So it's a book about cats going to a strange, politically correct city where everything's done proper. And the cats come and mess it up.
But your cat, you had cats in another novel as well.
That's right, yeah. I write mystery novels with cats and dogs in instead of people.
That's a lot easier.
Keep at it. You may have a movie
They don't
one
talk
day.
back as much.
Yeah,
What do? Cats and dogs.
Cats do. Well, my dog does. That's what I should. Nick, thank you so much.
Yes,
and
you
again,
can. Don't forget, you can see Nick Saturday at Walden Books right downtown and pick up his book there.